On.
Are we are we live? That's the question.
Yes, we are. The stream is
Yes, we
live.
are. Stream is
Yes, we
live.
are.
Yes, 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 yes. If you've joined us, thank you so much for joining us. We are so proud of you. This is for you. Woo! Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Spotlight. Today, we're talking about podcasters' top 10 problems and how to solve them fast. My name is Cyrus. I'm the CEO of Wendy Juno and the creator of whisperboy.com. And I have the pleasure of introducing Zara Camp to you guys, to people who don't know her,
Yes,
of
people.
course. And to people who know her, it's Zara Camp again, guys. So, Zara, why don't you say a few words about your business and what you do for people?
What I do for people. I put them in spotlight. That's what I do for people.
Oh,
I work.
beautiful.
So I'm Zara Camp. I am the founder of the podcast called Real Talk Reclaimed. I interview people who have stories to tell, who share their passion, and who want others to learn from their journeys. I'm also the founder of Zara Pod. My website is still being done because, building a website doesn't just take a day. And yes, for those of you who have been with us from the very beginning, I am Zara. Shall I spell that? ZARACAMP. And yes, it's nice to have you guys again. Thank you again to Readers TV. As you can see, our sponsor is below. And what do I do, Cyrus? I put people in spotlight and I take them to whisperboy.com, where we have all of the best work that you
Top
can ever
10.
come across, basically the top 10. I'm 2, Cyrus is number 1, so we're planning on taking him off so I can be put on. So go and vote
You
for
need more
me.
votes. You need more votes
Yeah,
then.
I need
People need
3
to
more
vote more.
votes. 3 more
You need
votes.
3.
Yes, I
Yeah.
need 3 votes and then I'm
So,
sitting on your side.
so people who are listening to this episode at this moment in time, if you like Zara's work, please go ahead and vote for her. She needs 3 votes to take down the first person and become the first person on the top 10. Hopefully that that will happen soon. And so let's dive right into it then. Yeah. So podcast is top 10 problems and how to solve them fast. Why do we have to solve them fast? Because why not? Why should we wait and solve them slowly if we can solve them fast? Most of these fixes are really easy fixes, right? We can apply them very, very easily, right? So the first one, out of the 10 problems that people keep moaning about, keep complaining about, if you're a podcaster and you're listening to this, you're in luck because we're going to address these issues right here, right now. Okay. First one, go on, Zara. Please read it like you read it before, like with a bit of passion and feeling and put some effort in. Come on, put some
Nobody
effort in.
even knows my podcast exists. You feel
Oh,
invisible? Fix it
mhm.
by marketing beyond uploads, SEOs, guests, and clips. Turn your podcast from hidden gems to must hear. Cyrus is going to cover the points that I've just read. So yes, there we go. I
Yeah,
read it.
sure, absolutely. So if you feel you're invisible, do something about it. Okay, so it's pointless to feel you are invisible because you are looking at the stats, you don't see any results, people don't communicate with your podcast. I was talking to a really intelligent CEO today, and he explained to me that he had he didn't have like the results that he was
Yes.
out getting. So he was in one of our meetings, and um, he was so on. He's so honest, and but in business, being honest is not enough. You need some skills, and you need to be really clever about the way you are presenting your business, right? So,
Mm.
as an example, if I tell Zara the bottle of water that you are drinking, there's water in it, and she's going to turn around and say, "Well, okay, so what? It's just water. I've already got one." And I'm going to tell her, "Okay, the water I'm going to get you to buy is
Mhm.
see-through," and she's like, "Your water is supposed to be see-through. Otherwise, I'm not going to drink it." So, so if I tell her, imagine on a hot summer day, you need a really, really lovely bottle of water. Here's a bottle of water. She's going to pay for it. Why? Because I
Yes.
sold her the feeling, not the product, right? So in podcasting, it's the same. You connect with your audience on an emotional level. If they're not responding to you, because you haven't connected with them, right? So if you want a light to turn on, you need to connected to power source, to electricity, right? If
Mm.
there is no electricity, there's no light, right? So please remember that. Connect, um, connect with your audience.
Mm.
That's what I'm going to say, and then we're going to move on to the next. Oh, before we move on to the next point, SEO. So it's one of those things you need to always remember. Search engine optimization. So you want the search engines to find you. Please allow them to find you, right? So sometimes people who are really, really religious come to me
Mm.
and say, "Oh, I believe in God, but God doesn't help me." I'm like, "Yeah, but if you feel it's God's responsibility to help you, what's your responsibility towards God? Allow Him to help you." Okay. So
Yes.
you have a podcast, you have a podcast, you have a business. Um, you need to do a little bit of put a little bit of effort in, okay, in order to um,
Mhm.
make your God or Mother Nature or whoever you believe in help you. Okay,
Mhm.
so what's the point if I keep praying and praying and praying and if I'm not trying, right? So I'm gonna lie down on my couch and do nothing, and I'm just gonna pray to God that my God or Mother Nature will help me. Will that happen? Of course not, right?
Mm.
Step out of your comfort zone, and everything will happen for you. I
Mhm.
promise you, right? Step out of your comfort zone. The only thing that your comfort zone gives you is comfort.
Mhm.
That's it, right? So you need to do the SEO. You need to do a few things for your podcast. You need to help it. You need to nurture it. Okay. You help your podcast, and your podcast will help you in the near future.
Mhm.
That is
Yes.
guaranteed. Invite guests. What do you think guests are going to do with that episode that you record with them? Well, of course, they're going to share it.
Share it with the communities.
One of the things that podcasters are hurting their own podcast with is not asking the other guest uh, to share uh,
Mhm.
the podcast episode. If you are writing a contract with that guest, please include
Yes.
that include this sharing thing, include the act of sharing as a
Mm.
clause in your contract. Okay, so
Yes.
um, get them to verbally um, commit to sharing that episode, right? Because that helps you and it helps them. Otherwise, what's the point of recording an episode with someone, right? And um, some people who are really, really, some podcasters who are really, really smart, um, cut off their favorite bits and post them to. You're one of them, Zara, and post them to social media. What they
Yes.
do is like 3 times. I know you have your own formula, like uh, 7 a.m., 12, and then 7 in the afternoon. Whatever you do, whatever formula you have
The,
based on your traffic,
there
please
is
do that.
there is on social media, especially for example on TikTok. The idea is there is the algorithm. It tests content before the time it pushes it out, right? So between 11 and 2 is the window of if you go just 40 minutes before 11 o'clock and you put your content out, it's going to be sent into the algorithm as testers. If your content
Mhm.
does well, it starts to push even more. Then you have the window that's the afternoon window from 2 until 6. Then you have the evening window. So the idea is this: just because it says that the algorithm, just because the analytics on TikTok or on Instagram says to you, oh, it's going to be between 11 and 2 is when your, I guess, your followers are on.
Yeah.
Don't push it because your followers are on at that particular time. Do it 40 minutes. There is a system. And if you learn to understand the system, you can go from getting, 200 views to 1,000 and something views. You can go from getting like 15 likes. For example, I find the best time to post on social media is 6 o'clock in the morning, because 6 o'clock in the morning is when, it's before you start your day. Everyone does what in the morning? They pick up their phone and they're like, right? And they're bound to see that you're there, you're doing what you're doing. And you'll get messages saying, oh, you have a podcast. Or, oh, where can I listen to this? Because it's the commute period, right? It's the time when you're getting ready, you're preparing everything. So like Cyrus was saying, if you want to push your podcast and make sure your podcast exists, you have to follow specific systems. Not talking about like, oh, you've only had 200 views one day, then tomorrow you'll have 200 views because you followed the time that your followers are online, or you've posted the time that they're online. Try and also share things on different platforms to make sure that your podcast is there, it exists. But also find someone like myself and Cyrus, and we'll give you all the cheat codes at a price, obviously.
Absolutely. Speaking of cheat codes, I'm gonna share one of my secrets with you guys, okay? And well, it's not much of a secret if I share it with you.
Sometimes you forget, yes.
Yeah. So let's say you wanna share one of your episodes on YouTube. Okay, this tactic works with YouTube, right? So record it, post it, but don't publish it for 24 to 48 hours, because the algorithm is really, really interested in studying before posting.
Yes.
Okay, so what the algorithm does, the algorithm in YouTube will read your work, study your work, watch. If you you can call it watching, right? Watches your work on YouTube and listens to it. Then it's like the algorithm approves of such a thing. It's like before you publish it, let me have a look at it.
Yes.
Right? Then publish it. Okay. If you wait for 24 to 48 hours, you are giving me an opportunity to have a read through it. That's what the algorithm is thinking, right? That's one of those things. So so that was one of those cheat codes. So yes, it's good to be enthusiastic.
Yes.
Go on, sorry.
No. I was talking to myself. I'm joking.
No, so it's good to
have it to send it to you before it's loaded is a lot better to try and see, where the area could be improved, or maybe there's a tweak, or maybe
you can save it. You can schedule your episode for 48 hours from now, right? So let's say you just recorded it and you uploaded it, and then the system asks you, do you want to instantly upload it, or do you want to schedule the episode for later? You can say, I want it for later. So so please remember, clips and cutting clips, right? And uploading them to TikTok, Instagram, X, and also you can send it to not to your ex. Send it to X, the platform, okay? Because your ex is going to turn around and say, oh, what do you send me?
What's this about?
What's this about? So the next point is, why don't people trust me as an expert? Okay, so we hear people say that a lot. Doubt kills authority. Please always remember that.
Yes.
When people doubt you, they can't take you too seriously. They're like, oh no, I don't trust this person. I doubt this person. Share proof. Okay, so what you can do is you can refer to your previous episodes, and in the comments you can leave. This is a good cheat code again. You can leave a link to one of your other episodes that you want people to watch more of.
Yes.
Right. So, or listen to. So let's say you just record an episode, leave a comment and thank everybody for listening and watching. Then this is the smart thing, right? And you can tell them also, by the way, once you've finished this episode, go to my comments and listen to this one, because these two things are connected. And please make sure these two are actually connected as well. Okay. If you promise people something, please make sure that, yes, that promise materializes. Make sure that promise is actually delivered. So share proof, real stories and real lessons learned. Okay. So be just authentic. And if you let me give you another example, like a real life example, right? People want to be taken seriously. Okay, so let's say I want to be taken seriously, but every morning when I turn up in work, I go to the office in a clown outfit. Right? So what I want to achieve and what I'm doing are two different things, aren't they? Right? So don't create situations that gives people the opportunity to doubt you. Okay? So credibility isn't claimed, it's earned, actually, right? And how do you earn credibility? Through consistency. You have to turn up for people every day, right? So let's say I have a million people who would love my work. Where are they? They are spread around the world. Okay, so when will they start trusting me? When they see me turning up. And how can I prove to them that I turn up every day and they can rely on me? You can actually turn up every day and then they will rely on you. Trust me, right? So that's it's really simple.
They have to believe. They have to believe and trust. Yes, it goes hand in hand.
They have to believe you. Absolutely. So, right. The next point, number 3. Go on, Zara.
I just can't connect with my audience.
No, that's not how you read it, Zara. No.
I just can't. No, I just can't connect with my audience. If listeners feel nothing, they leave. Speak to their struggles. Use you and spark intimacy like a one-on-one chat. Yes.
Yes. And by the way, if the chat you are having in your head as you are writing the script, or if you're doing it unscripted, is also equally valuable.
Yes.
So imagine you're chatting to a person, one person. If you speak to one person properly, every single person watching this or listening to this will be positively affected by it and will emotionally connect with it, right? You don't have to emotionally connect with a million people. You have to emotionally connect with one person, right? One person. Just when you're recording, keep that in your head. I am talking to one person, and that's it, right? Because that gives you anxiety otherwise, right? If you imagine, oh, how can I gather all of those followers? No. You gather just one follower, right? You talk to one follower, and everybody else will follow suit, right? That's how it works.
I think
the listeners.
I think with the problem with that is a lot of people will have a guest. Let's say a podcaster has a guest on, and they get so lost in that guest, they forget that it's not just them and their guest. They don't take into consideration there's audience there that are listening. You're looking for the right type of questions to ask. your guest with the consideration and the valued opinions of your followers, because they're the ones you need to connect with. You use your time to ask valuable questions in consideration with your audience to then be able to add value onto the guests that you have. Because it's not you sitting in a coffee shop with someone having a chit chat. It's you sitting in a coffee shop and there are people standing outside the window looking in, right? So even though they can't speak back because the glass is there, they're still looking, you know?
I'm sorry, please explain that bit. Speak to their struggles.
Speak to their struggles. You want me to explain the most hardest thing to explain?
That's the hardest part. Yes. Or do you want me to explain it?
It's the hardest part to explain, because people tune into podcasts because normally they have a situation or a problem, or they're looking to add value, to learn something. When you take into consideration that your attitude towards the things that you bring to your audience is very different. So speak to their struggle, read their comments, for example, shout them out. You might not know their names. They may be using a synonym, whatever that pseudonym. I can't even say that. Yeah, pseudonym. They may be using one of those, but speak to them like you know them. Say, how did you resonate with this? Did you feel? What can I do different? Build that trust, because when you build that trust and that credibility, they're going to come and say, oh, that person considered me, even though I left the comments saying, what is this? So any type of comments that you get, if you are a podcaster or you're thinking of podcasting, take that into consideration, because your audience will tell you what their struggles are, and then you'll learn to be better when you're thinking of things your audience need to feel. Because I do a podcast where it's storytelling. So I speak to their struggles because I understand everyone goes through something, but I try and understand what it may be and what they need to learn or feel through what I'm trying to say. Use you. Use you. You're smart. You have a podcast. You have to be smart if you have a podcast. Well, some podcasters are not that smart, but you have to be very smart when you're considering using your podcast as a tool to shake people in a way that makes them remember that they need to accept to change and see their vision, I guess.
Absolutely. All podcasters.
It's gonna get Cyrus, your thing, your breathing into your mic. No, it's still it's really bad. We've been having IT issues all day today. Not IT, tech issues all day today. So sparking intimacy like a one-on-one chat. No. Yes. It's been doing this. It's the one-on-one chat for me. I love the whole idea of, sparking that intimacy, creating that credibility, believing in your listeners, believing in your audience, taking the time to really hear them speak. No.
Today, tech is not on our side, and that's a lesson for everyone. It's natural for tech to have tech issues during a live event.
Yes.
I'm very sorry for this, and we'll resolve it as soon as possible. So please.
Okay, so I'll do the fourth one. So no one gets what my show is really about. Confusion is forgetful. Is forgettable. Define your show in one clear line, repeat it, and make listeners proud to experience it to others. Explain, not experience. So when you first start your podcast, you have an about section, what your podcast is going to be about. There has to be a theme. It has to be very, very clear. When you come to your about area and you have your, for example, your description, I've seen podcasters put down paragraphs within their descriptions. When people go onto your podcast, they don't necessarily go on because they're looking to read. They can buy a book if they want to read, right? But what they do is they come to your podcast because they want to hear someone speak. They want to see somebody speak. Make sure that when you're adding your title to your episode, it has to be very clear. It has to be very precise. Make sure that you have the consistency. Before you start your show, welcome yourself. Welcome your guests. Welcome your listeners. Say, hi, listeners. My name is Zara Camp. I am from Real Talk Reclaimed. And today I have with me the most incredible guest. Let me pass the mic over to him. Now, if you're constantly using those words to begin, it doesn't have to be a huge 5-minute conversation with like, I thank you. I thank my mother, my father, my sister, my brother. You don't have to tell a full story. When you want to become unforgettable, you have to have that consistency to be able to allow your listeners to understand this is what the title is, just like any good book has a very good title. And just like any good description, it's just the summary part of the book, right? You're not going to pick up the whole book unless you like what's written at the back. Or sometimes it's on the front page, but it depends. Is Cyrus working?
Okay, is it working?
Yes. Oh my God, it's working. Sorry. Yes. Finally.
Thank you so much, and I'm sorry, Zara, for the interruption. Sorry, everyone, for the interruption. So, number 4 was explained by Zara. Thank you so much, Zara, for explaining number 4. No one gets what my show is really about. Please remember, you are complaining against yourself. You, the podcaster, it is your responsibility to make it make sense. Okay. So if your audience can't understand you, if they are confused, that means you are confusing, right? So there's no two ways about it. Okay. So if you feel your work is forgettable, and if people don't remember it, it is forgettable, right? So do something about it. Study your audience. Just write down the subject that you are teaching or talking about in ChatGPT, and just put down what are the common ways of avoiding being misunderstood around this subject, right? When you do that, then people will be less confused, okay? Because you are making it less confusing. You remember at the beginning of the show, we mentioned most of these problems are solvable, and most of these solutions that we are suggesting are easy fixes as long as you implement them here, right now. Okay. So if any of these issues that we're talking about is your issue, please fix it and thank us later. Number 5. I'm stuck on one platform and my reach is tiny.
Being trapped kills growth. Wow. Being trapped kills growth. Repurpose everywhere. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Reels. One episode should explode into 10 pieces. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. If your episode is 30 minutes, you can divide that 30 minutes into 30 different clips if you wanted to. You know, and it is, when you think of like, I don't really do, well, I haven't started YouTube yet, but Apple, Spotify, Amazon, you have Pod Pocket also. When you are doing Reels, one thing that my mentor Cyrus taught me, and now my partner in crime, when you're doing a Reel and it is for social media, make sure that you keep it under a minute. If you can do 40 seconds, completely perfect. But make sure it has a CTA. It needs to say what you want to say.
Call to action. Call to action.
Oh, shall I said CTA. Okay. So
yeah. Call to action, because when the that's also a lesson. When the material is educational, please avoid using acronyms, because that makes people's brain consume extra calories that the brain doesn't want to consume. Right? So honestly, that's the thing. Don't make people work extra. It's your job to make them put in less work, not more work. Okay, otherwise what's the point of you being the podcaster, right? So you were saying, sorry for interrupting you. So call to action should be clear. Call to action is when you ask them to do something, download something, go somewhere, make a change. Okay.
Thank you for elaborating on my point.
Yep, no worries. So Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Reels. Can you see how many of these we've mentioned? These are just a few of many things you can share your podcast on, right? So I've noticed some people, including Zara Camp, they share their work on Spotify in the video format. Okay, so normally people expect audio only. Yeah. So if you do both, that is phenomenal. That's fantastic, right?
It's both.
It's both. It's fantastic. So that is a really great strategy, and congratulations on always being on the lookout for good strategies, Zara. You always look for good solutions. So number 6. Go on, Zara. What are you waiting for? Christmas?
No, Easter. I don't feel like anyone sees me as an authority. Silence makes you invisible. Share bold opinions, cite data, and host experts. Authority is built when you teach fearlessly.
Don't hold back, right? Don't hold back. Sometimes people are scared to actually say a fact on a social platform, thinking, oh, that's going to come back around and bite them in the backside. But in reality, when you're fearless, when you tell the truth, you will connect to a different kind of followers, a different set of followers, right? And then when people know that you are there to help, they will definitely become your hardcore followers. Going back to number 3 for a second, I just forgot to mention this point. I just can't connect with my audience. If listeners feel nothing, they leave, right? Speak to their struggles. So what we are doing here right now is we are speaking to your struggles. So we are talking about 10 things which are actually your struggles. Podcasters top 10 problems. A problem is a struggle, isn't it? So we are talking to your struggles here. So it's so important. We dedicated an episode to this important matter. So number 3 is really the heart and the center of this episode, isn't it? So moving on to number 6, I don't feel like anyone sees me as an authority. The first person who needs to see you as an authority is you. If you do not believe in yourself, your audience will sense that, right? Your audience will sense that. And if you stay quiet, you stay invisible. In today's world where everything is online, guys, look at yourselves. You are learning stuff online. Where are we now? In the virtual world. Me and Zara are sharing stuff with you guys. And I don't know where you are based. Wherever you are, I wish you an amazing morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you so much for listening to us. It's a pleasure to be serving and helping you. ZaraPod.com is helping and serving you today. And our sponsor, ReadersTV.com, I'd like to thank them as well. And also, I'm helping you and serving you today, Whisperboy.com. And can you see what we are doing here? We are helping you and we are promoting our business at the same time. Please do the same thing. When you do this, people feel the value. The value needs to be minute by minute, okay? Otherwise, the listeners will switch off. So see yourself as an authority. An authority doesn't necessarily know everything. An authority knows things. but states those things in an authentic way. Okay, they're not afraid of going above and beyond for their listeners. That's an authority. Okay, that's an expert. If you're an expert in some area, you don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the first. You have to be the most consistent. Okay. So do we have competition? Yes. How do we win against our competition? We always outwork them, right? So you can't outwit them. Maybe you're not smarter than them, or maybe you are. So you don't necessarily can outwit them, but you can always outwork them, right? So, so if you're consistent and you are working hard, people will see your hard work, and the way they will appreciate you is by sharing you around, right? They will share you out to their friends and family, right? Number 7, I can't stay consistent with episodes.
Ghosting your audience.
Let's find out why. So some podcasters say, what? I can't stay consistent with episodes. Well, the solution is stay consistent with episodes. So ghosting your audience breaks trust. Okay. We have different levels of ghosting. You have zombieing as well, right? Yeah. Anyway, so we're not going to talk about zombieing. So ghosting your audience breaks trust. So I have had sessions when we had to cancel, but beforehand we let people know that we had to cancel. So we went live. This happened on TikTok. So we went live really briefly and explained that we have a problem. And sometimes you don't have to even go online. Just record something really quick and post it. Okay? Yes. And just respect people's time. Remember, they give up some of their time, right, to come and watch you, come and listen to you, right? People have a lot of things to do, but they give you their time. Okay, please value it. Please respect them. So show up weekly if it's weekly. Show up daily if it's daily, right? And if your episode is yearly, I don't know what you're doing. You're not a podcaster. If it's monthly, God save your business. I don't know what you're doing. So you need to be on.
No, at least. I think
you have to be doing it bi-weekly at least, right?
Yes.
Yes. And by the way, if you're a podcaster, you can have different shows and turn up twice a week, but have 2 different shows. By doing it this way, you are. But those subjects should be interconnected. Okay.
Yes.
So you can't be. Oh, I'm a podcaster. I'm going to be talking about airplanes and I like nature. Let's talk about giraffes and donkeys. No, you can't do that, right? It shouldn't be random. It shouldn't be random. I don't know. It was something random, right? I couldn't find anything more random. All right. So number 8. My audio sounds terrible. Yeah, my audio sounds terrible. So, why do some people think their audio is terrible? Number 1, sometimes your audio is not terrible. You are your own harshest critic, right? Sometimes you do that. It's not fair on you, right? Please remember, your audience has a job, which is judging you sometimes, right? So let them do their job. Don't do their job for them, right? So if you feel your audio sounds terrible and that's why your audience doesn't stick around, maybe you need to rethink how people think. Maybe you need to think about and you need to maybe just Google how do people think about podcasts? How do people judge the podcast? What are the criteria for judging a podcast, right? So it's you judging people if you say people don't stick around because of your audio quality. Now, that being said, audio quality is a thing, right? Yeah. So audio quality is a thing. And by the way, audio, I've learned this from the experts in that field, right? Audio is one of those things. If it's good, no one bats an eyelid, right? No
Mhm.
one says anything to you. And that's an ideal situation. You want people to not sense a thing, not feel a thing, and then just listen to the material and move on, right? So that means everything's fine. And if the audio is bad, people will tell you, trust me,
Mm.
right? So, but bad sound quality
Yes.
is not always forgiven by audience, right? By the audience. So imagine, let me give you an example. Always, you should always talk in front of the microphone, right? So sometimes people like this talk like this, right? If you talk like this for like 30 minutes, right? I if if you talk like that for like 30 minutes, I will, for the first 2 minutes, I've already come up with 15 excuses to shut the app down, right? So please speak in front of the microphone.
I had Cyrus, I had a guest once,
Mhm.
and it was on the other podcast before this one. And midway, she got up
Mm.
to go to the kitchen because she needed to
Oh.
make some tea.
Mm.
And she forgot to take her off, pause, and then come back. So she
Mhm.
went, we heard the kettle boiling in the background. She came back, got her tea, as if, she was having a chat with her friends. It added a bit more
Mm.
flavor to the show. But because she
Yeah.
was far, far away, it was very difficult to capture her sound from the place that she was. It was sort of like not far, far away, but just,
Yeah.
it was as if like she was shouting through the walls.
Yeah. Once I had to stay away from my laptop. I was on a TikTok live show.
Yeah.
I had to stay away from my laptop, and my best mate was on the show with us as well. But he was on his phone, so he was in the same building as me.
Yes.
So we were sat in the kitchen, and it was before Christmas, and you know those few Christmas shows before Christmas,
Yes.
leading to Christmas.
Yes.
So I was on one of those. I was on TikTok, and then I was on my wireless Beats headphones, similar to the ones you are wearing now.
Mm-hmm.
So they're wireless, right? So they're connected to my laptop, and I was holding my laptop. I put my laptop down,
Mm-hmm.
and I went away, and I heard my friend laughing out loud from the kitchen. So at this point, I was in the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you can imagine, everyone heard. Like, it's like I took 10,000 people to the toilet with me, not knowing that I was still connected to the laptop, because I put the laptop down. I didn't take the headphones off.
Yes.
Okay, so I went to the toilet, quickly came back, and then my friend told me, "Oh, Cyrus, you're an idiot." I was like, "Why? What's happened?" And he said, "Did you just go to the toilet?" I said, "Yeah, I did." And he said, "Well, you didn't have to take everybody with you. You didn't have to take everybody with you." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, what did I do?" You forget, especially Beats headphones. They're so comfortable; they become a part of you, right?
Yes.
So light, so comfortable, and check me out talking advertising Beats, right?
Don't get to
anyway,
start
so mistakes happen, and I'm always a fan of mistakes. Not mistakes like that, by the way. I'm a fan of mistakes because they teach you.
They teach you, yeah.
How something is not done. Okay, they teach you. Your mistakes teach you. They are the greatest teacher. So anyway, back on the subject of microphones. So if you feel your audio is bad, please do something about it. Invest in a microphone. Why do we use the word invest? Because you don't have to buy a microphone every week, every month, or even every year, right? You have to invest in a microphone once in every, I don't know, 2 years,
2
4
years,
years,
yeah.
3 years, yeah. And
Once
yeah,
every
it's one of
week.
those things. Microphone. Imagine that. You need a extra job for that. To fund your
Your
microphone purchases.
your mic and your lights, yes.
Mm, yeah, absolutely. So invest in a mic, record smart, and edit light. So you don't necessarily have to get rid of all of the ah, or and like yeah, you don't have to get rid of all of those. And if there is mouth click, like if it's annoying you, if it's annoying you, some people hate it, some people don't. If it's annoying you, you can get rid of those. It's fine. And
Yes.
Adobe Audition does that, and so does, what was the platform that you were using? Riverside.
Riverside
Riverside does
and
that.
Audacity. Riverside
Yes.
or Adobe Audition is a lot better though.
Yeah.
Adobe Audition is a lot better than Riverside.
Yeah. So please remember, never make your audio flawless.
Yes.
If it's super clean, right? If it's super clean, it will be like water off a duck's feathers.
Yes.
It won't stick to it. It won't stick to the customer's minds. It won't stick to the listener's minds. It will fall off very easily.
It needs
So
to
you
have a
don't want it to
human
be
element.
Teflon. You don't want it to be Teflon. Okay. So you need your audio, you need your episode to be something that sticks to people's minds. And psychologically speaking, one of the things that people look for before connecting to something is your flaws. People connect through their flaws. People enjoy perfection, but connect through flaws. That's one of those things that makes human beings really weird, but it is what it is, right? So always remember, making it absolutely flawless, especially if your job is to train podcasters, is not ideal, because the podcaster will think, oh, do I have to be perfect like, does my work have to be perfect like yours? No, you have to. At the end of the day, people don't really care what your microphone is like. They don't care. For the first couple of years of podcasting, I was awful. I was trying to make everything sound perfect.
Yes.
If I would work on one episode for weeks, and I was and then I realized, what do you, why? It's not Lord of the Rings. Just release it, man. Okay, you don't have to work on it for years. Just release it. Okay, let people judge it, and then you can improve it. People appreciate that improvement as well. Okay, people like
They see it.
Improvement story, and people like an underdog succeeding at what they do. Right? People love that. So, and please always remember, smooth audio makes you instantly sound like a pro. So I'm not sure why I read that like this, but so if your audio is smooth, people, it would be much easier to listen to. People will warm up to it much more easily. Number 9. Go on, Zara.
I've put in all this work, but I'm not making a penny. Sponsors won't save you. Sell your services, use affiliates, or create offers. First, build trust, then cash flows. Yes, it's impossible to start a podcast and within the first few weeks make money. It takes time to monetize. It takes time to monetize.
What if I pray? What if I pray? Will praying work?
No.
If I pray, no. Okay.
Yes.
Serving people saves your business, right? Serving saving, right? Serving customers, serving people saves your business. Remember that, please. So some people come to us and say, I've put all of this work in, but
Yes.
no loyalty. No loyalty. And I ask them, what have you done to expect loyalty? You've been podcasting for 6 weeks, right? And and one of the things that I just wanted to share with everyone is there is this phenomenon called pod fade.
Yes.
So pod fade happens when people podcast for like, I don't know, 7 to 10 episodes, and then they fade. They fade out.
Yes.
They disappear. Yeah, they disappear off the face of the earth. Okay, are you a podcast? Oh yeah, are you a podcaster? Yeah, I was a podcaster. I didn't achieve much success. How long did you do it for? 7 weeks. Oh, that's brilliant. 7. And what did you do after that? What did you do after that? Well, I got really, really disappointed and I stopped. Okay, what do you think happened after that? Well, nothing. I stopped it.
Mm.
And then did the world stop turning? Did the earth stop turning? No, it didn't. So when you stop being a podcaster, you're not hurting anyone. You're not even hurting yourself. However, you stop. This is really important, okay? Because being a podcaster is really important for helping a business, right? Especially if podcasting is the business. So if you stop working towards succeeding at something, the only thing you will hurt is the future version you are about to turn into, right? So let's say you are an ordinary podcaster and you work on and on and on and on for 2 years, right? Then from today's version, in 2 years' time, you can't turn around and say, oh, I've been working for 2 years and I've become worse. No, I've never heard anyone say that. Oh, I've been trying for 2 years and I'm going from bad to worse. No, that's not how it works. So you can only get better, okay? So watch a lot of YouTube videos. Talk to people like me, like Zara, and people on YouTube and on Spotify. Talk to people, right?
Yes.
They will show you that there are a lot of kind people out there, right? A lot of kind people who are not afraid of sharing their time and expertise with other people, right? So please reach out. If you feel you're stuck, talk to me, talk to Zara. Find us on LinkedIn. My name is Cyrus Kafash, and Zara's full name is
Zara Camp. I've said
There
it
you
5
go.
times today. Why do I get a clap? Why? Because I said my name.
Oh, okay. So this is turning into one of Rihanna's songs. Rihanna's songs. Oh, Nana, what's my name? Okay, so anyway, please reach out. Okay, please reach out, and if you reach out, the help will be given to people who ask for it, right? So sponsors won't save you. That is something that many people might disagree with, right? So yes, they think, oh yeah, this a sponsor pays for the costs, travel costs, and they pay for so pay me and contract me for 6 months or something. They pay for it, but eventually, if you don't deliver, that's the sponsor's money wasted, isn't it?
It's not working.
You want to extend that contract, don't you? Right? So sponsors won't save you. You need to put in the hard work, okay? So sell your services. Use affiliates. So there are companies who would pay you to advertise them, right? As an example, readerstv.com is our sponsor. right?
Mm.
So basically, we are sponsored by this website, readerstv.com. So they are sponsoring us for a reason. And the reason is we are serving the public. And that's what the public wants. And that's exactly what readerstv.com wants, right? So we are aligned. So our mission is aligned with their mission, right? Now, regarding this fantastic website, can you see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, readerstv.com basically is a group of people, is comprised of a group of people who share content at the same time. As an example, we are live now, and when the content is placed on this website, all of their members share at the same time. It's like a human TV, right? It's like a TV created by users and humans, and thousands of people. And their goal is to reach millions, but at the moment it's thousands. Thousands of people will watch the episode or watch your work if you put it on this website. Readers TV. That's the name of this website. So thank you so much, and we are grateful to our fantastic sponsor. Number 9 that we talked about was if you've not made money out of your podcast, please do not worry. Keep at it. Okay, keep going. It's not the end of the world if it's not worked yet. Okay, one of the most fantastic podcasters, Joe Rogan. His work initially, his work wasn't great, and everyone's talking about the fact that he's a podcaster. No one's talking about the fact that, I mean, not many people know that he's a martial artist. Not many people know that he was a stand-up comedian, right? So he's done, he's done a lot of things, and he's a fantastic person. And his niche is, or some people call it his niche, is going through different pieces of news, views, and anything that could be controversial, right? He's not afraid of doing that. So that's his area of expertise. And so he talks about politics, he talks about aliens, he talks about CEOs of companies, he talks about anything really, right? As long as it's interesting. So that was number 9. Number 10, which is the last one, guys. Number 10 is, I post episodes but my listeners never talk back. So is it the listener's fault, by the way? Nope, it can never be, right? So you work for your listeners. If your listeners aren't responding to your work well, it's not their fault. They can only react. Why don't we look at the action? Why are we focusing on the reaction? No, you need to focus on the action. The action is your action. Okay? Don't focus on their reaction. Yeah? So if they, you know, people who say things like this, I post episodes, but my listeners never talk back. So they are shifting the blame onto whom? Onto the listeners. That is not fair on the listener. It's never the listener's fault. If you're not doing your job right, it's not the listener's fault. You need to change your work, improve your work, constantly improving. You need to be constantly Googling your type of customer, your type of viewer and listener, right? It's your responsibility. The onus is on you. It's not the listener's responsibility to necessarily like you. People aren't obliged to like you. It's not their responsibility to like you. If they like you, it's a bonus. Your job is to help them, right? And step aside. So the episodes that you are creating, they will go on and on and on online. They get shared and they exist online, and people will find you later. So we had a really fantastic conversation today with one of our clients today, me and Zara, We had a conversation with a fantastic member of public. So we didn't know her well prior to this point. However, she saw one of the songs that I had made in 2024 and the other one in 2023. So two pieces of music. So I had created two pieces of music for two authors, separate events. We're talking about separate events here, right? So that track, those tracks stole her heart and mind, right? And then she contacted us saying, I always had you in the back of my mind. That was her exact words, right? And she's a fantastic person. We're gonna interview her soon, okay? And she is phenomenal. So basically, this is the story behind her. It's Chietza. We're going to talk about her soon. Chietza basically struggled to get a job at the beginning of her career. Now, she helps people find jobs and she improves their CV. She helps them. She does a lot of things, but that's one of them. So it's a zero to hero kind of journey. People love that kind of stuff. If you want to if you want to interview people, create zero to hero episodes. They are popular, trust me. So, talking about number 10, continuing talking about number 10. Silence hurts. Ask questions. Invite DMs. So you ask people, please DM us. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Facebook, on LinkedIn, hi, hello, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please send us a DM and tell us, or even better, or better yet, go to the comments and say which part of the world are you from? Because the plan that me and Zara have is that we're going to translate these episodes in different languages and give different people the opportunity to engage with us, right? Please always remember, it's your responsibility to reach out to your clients, to your future clients, sorry. It's your responsibility to reach out to your audience, right? So engagement starts from you. You shouldn't have to wait for the audience to come and approach you, right? That's not how it works. You're a podcaster. The podcaster doesn't just speak into a microphone, right? If podcasting was just speaking into a microphone, nobody would need us, right? AI would do that job. By the way, you need to start selling products on your podcasts, okay? Because I can see a day will come soon when everything that a podcaster can do, AI can do, right? We played examples of this on
Thursday.
Was it on Thursday? No. I mean, where was it? Was it on? Oh yeah, it was on Spotify.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Vino thing.
Yeah, the Vino thing. So I'm gonna show you that example now. I created a podcast called The Wines Podcast. Let me share the screen first. Okay. There you go. There you go. So this is an example of just creating a podcast with artificial intelligence. This is what happens when I get bored. So I created a website called bonovinote.com, which is a wine brand. And there's a wizard who created this wine. And then there are songs, there's a story, And so that's about bonovinotte.com. BONOVINOTTE. Bonovinotte. That then inspired me to create the Wines podcast, because it's a podcast talking about wine, which is a popular drink all around the world. Then I decided to create a few episodes using artificial intelligence. So, yeah, this one's not bad. Can people with diabetes drink wine?
I'm Vino Bonavinotte. Welcome to the Wines Podcast. Today, we're diving into an important question that a lot of people ask. Can people with diabetes drink wine? Let's uncork the truth and find out. Now, if you or someone you know has diabetes, you've probably wondered, is wine off the table? Can it affect blood sugar levels? Is there a safe way to enjoy it? Wine is a beverage meant to be savored, but when health is involved, it's natural to be cautious.
Okay. So, as you can see, it gets the job done. This was the first episode, 3 minutes 15 seconds. We keep it short and sweet, right? And then after that, so if I was a perfectionist, that's one of the elephant traps that many people fall into, right? So that was a massive trap, perfectionism, right? You don't have to be a perfectionist. Then I moved on to the second episode. So second episode is 8 minutes and 12 seconds, right? So what is the best wine gift, right?
The Wines Podcast. The Wines Podcast. The Wines Podcast.
The Wines Podcast.
What is the best wine gift? Hi, I'm Vino Bonavinotte, and today we're diving into one of the most heartfelt wine questions. What's the best wine to buy for the special people in your life? Whether it's Mother's Day, Father's Day, or a gift for your significant other, the right bottle of wine can send a powerful message of love and appreciation. Let's get into it. Celebrate patientfulness, eat a cup, and that patient tip behind it.
It stopped.
What else?
We can't hear it for some reason.
Hi, I'm Vino.
Okay.
What is the best wine gift? Hi, I'm Vino Bonavinotte, and today...
So, sorry about the technical issue there. So, you get the gist of it, right? You get the gist of it. So, the point I was trying to make is, at some point, the artificial intelligence is going to sound so natural that it's going to replace like real podcasters, right? So it hasn't happened yet. Okay, so you still have time to go up the ladder, right? And before artificial intelligence affects the podcasting industry, make a name for yourself, right? Artificial intelligence is coming, people. It is coming. If you are in a job that can be affected by artificial intelligence, it is time for you to do one of these two things. One, move from that industry into another. Two, skill up. Right? So if you're, as an example, if you're in customer service, you definitely need to do something that you can do from home. As an example, being a podcaster. So we are sat at home. Zara's sat at hers. I'm sat at mine, and we are just connected through the medium of the internet. And we are communicating with you guys, right? So we are serving you remotely. We are helping you remotely. Why? Because it's important, right? So serving a community is very important, and we both come from businesses like sales, customer service backgrounds from in the past, and right now I'm a podcaster. She's a podcaster, and we at some point in the past we decided to upscale our business, okay, and we decided to skill up. Okay, so you have to skill up, otherwise let me put it in a different way. Yeah, you will be left behind, but let me put it in a different way. There are times in your life you have to make a decision. If you do not make that decision, then nature makes that decision for you. The society will make that decision for you. I know people who used to be so there was this thing before the phones became digitized. There was this thing that a telephone operator used to take. You can Google it for yourself. The telephone operators, they used to connect incoming phone calls in offices into different parts of the office. Okay, so somebody would call Zara's office as an example in 1950s, 1940s, and they would say, "Can I speak to accounting?" And Zara would say, "Yeah, okay." So she would pull this cable out, and she would put it in another jack, right? And then she would connect them physically. That was analog, right? Then the phones became automated, and when people called, they were asked to press a button and choose an option. Please listen to these options carefully. If you need accounting, press 1. If you need another department, I don't know, press 2, right? So that made a lot of people lose their jobs. Those telephone operators lost their jobs, right? Automation always results in redundancy, right? So right now, the same thing is happening in our time, right? So there are people who are making mobile phones now, right? So at some point, these people will be out of business, and our children's children in the future, they will joke about us having to hold our phones in our hands and keeping it next to our ears, because they will be wearing their phones as a contact lens in their eyes. That's what's going to happen in the future. Okay, people are going to be augmented. It's going to be more severe than that, but that was just an example, right? So so whatever job that you are doing, at some point it is at the risk of redundancy. Okay, so it could happen to anyone, but please remember, just Google what jobs are at the risk of getting made redundant. So podcasting is one of those things that can save your business and help you become a self-employed person and find sponsors and sell products and build a future for yourself without any concerns or without having to rely on anybody else, right? It gives you independence and financial freedom. That's what podcasting does. That's the reason why we have a long list of people that we have to do discovery calls with and find out how we can help them. We have a few of them every day, and we have to sit down with them, find out what they need. And our audience is predominantly businesses, but we sometimes help individuals as well. So to finish number 10, I went on a tangent, didn't I? So silence hurts, ask questions, invite direct messaging, and run polls. And engagement happens when listeners feel heard, not just talked at. Okay, so if it feels like you're just talking at people and talking into a microphone, which is not that complicated, people find out and then they switch off, and then they zone out, and then they tune out, right? So if the audience is not communicating with you, it's because they do not feel you are communicating with them. That's it, and that's that, right? So thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me and Zara. We talked about podcasters' top 10 problems. If you have any further problems, please drop a comment in the comment section and tell us, first of all, which country you are from, and ask us what you should do so you can collaborate with us. We'd love people from different cultures, people speaking different languages. If you're multilingual, definitely contact us. If you're bilingual, definitely contact us. Because we are expanding our business into languages other than English. Okay, so because English is not the only language in the world that should be focused on. Every language is important, and every language has its own speakers. Okay, it doesn't matter how many people speak that language. So both me and Zara, we are translators, and we have been, and we are language teachers as well. So if you have any ideas, please share your ideas with us as well in the comment section. Zara, any closing comments?
You did go on a tangent from the 4th point to the 10th. But no, I think you've covered everything pretty much. Like Cyrus said, if you are interested in collaboration and you are bilingual, trilingual, multilingual, quadrilingual, contact us, because it's beneficial that we're bridging countries together. And my point to everyone is, if you're going to start a podcast, understand it's not just talking into the mic, but it's creating an opportunity for yourself to become part of the future, because you're constantly upskilling. But that's it. I don't have anything else to say.
Thank you so much, Zara.
You're welcome.
Thanks for spending your time with us, Zara. And thanks for giving our community your time, your love, your affection, and your attention, because I know you read the comments, you respond to them. Thank you for that. And,
you're welcome.
And you do all the discovery calls as well. Thank you. And appreciate that. I am grateful. So guys, thank you so much for watching or listening to another episode of Spodlight. spodlight.com is the address of this of our website. People watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, and X, thank you so much for your time and your patience with us today. And I wish you a lovely, lovely morning, afternoon, and
evening, and good night.
Take good care of yourselves. Goodbye. See you in the next one.
Cheerio.